Hello my friends, welcome to another video, and this is the again, I hate to call it the post Brickworld Chicago, kind of reminiscing, but I wanted to kind of go over parts drafts. So I think that's something that's pretty common in lugs, like being an individual procurer of sets and like freaking out and always wanting to build what's in the set or modify it and do different things. The concept of a parts draft is really kind of crazy until you do it. One thing I would say about this was that the at Brickworld Chicago we did it's an alien pack and the alien planet habitat, and these were some phenomenal sets because it has parts that are great for again, it has that kind of spacey theme vibe. It's a little kind of goofy and childish in a way. Lots of fun colors, and there's a lot of really unique parts. There's also a lot of parts that I love. So I was really looking forward to doing this. It's always really unique to see what type of parts people are really going after. If there's a unique part and the set has a few of them, then sometimes these parts drafts are great ways to kind of get those in large number if you're doing mocks. Sometimes when you're doing mocks, having a lot of a single part is kind of a thing that you need to do. But again, there's a lot of new colors coming into Lego. We saw that recently. There's the new, I think this is the new like tomato soup type color that's coming in. I've been starting to see that in other parts. And let's take a look. I did maintain the instructions, although they're going to be kind of useless because I don't have any of the parts now. We'll set those aside. So the first one I did, I'm trying to remember, I think it was this one. So I think we did the alien planet habitat first. Let's see what I was able to get. And both of these packs were $15. Oh, this one had all of the candle parts. Okay. Yeah. As they kind of float away. We'll get these back. We'll get them back. As I knock over my CMFs. I did use, actually, and this is kind of a case in point for why it's really fun to do these, is that I've been building mocks, right? So I'm doing Tatooine, I'm doing Mustafar. I need a lot of tan. Actually, this is the second draft, because in the first draft I'd missed this part, so it was nice to do two of these drafts, because then on the second one I was able to get this one. So I got these burnt orange. So let's sort these out. Burnt orange parts. We got these candlestick pieces, which maybe I need to place on a tray or something. Let's steal this for a second. Let's get these all sorted out. Let's pause. We'll get this all sorted out. Okay, we've got them all sorted out. So let's see how we did. And I think all in all, so I did about 200 parts out of the 206. So from a part standpoint, pretty close to even of getting really, if I'm looking at buying 206 parts and then, getting 206 back technically. Some people would do better, mainly because it depends on what you're getting. There were some really valuable parts there was 3 of them, or some of the really small single plates. There were 6 of them or 9, especially I think some of these decorative, like 1 by circular with unique colors. There were like a lot of those, right? So, I mean, that's a great get, but those are pretty inexpensive, 1 to 2, maybe 3 cents per, so the value may not be there. So a lot of this 206 parts were really small parts. There were some big ones, so they're the big plates. I did not score any of the plates. I do pretty well in plates right now in my collection. I think adding a bunch more plates and then reducing what I would have received wasn't really something I was willing to do. It is a cool, unique circular base plate that you build the habitat on. But what I really love is that I feel like I have a good amount of tan, and having dark tan in as I build Star Wars, and dark orange is another really big one. That these are extremely valuable parts. Anything that's dark or unique parts are great to get. And as you can see, I really scored with the dark orange. Like this part can be anywhere from, on the very low end, 8 to 10 cents. And at the high end, you see it going for 12 to 15 cents per. I think on, from Lego, this is probably a 20-cent part. So definitely you could argue that this is like a third of the value just from this pull right here. These are a little bit more common. It's probably not more than 6 cents per. I'm sure 6 to 8 cents is probably about right. So 40 of those, like that's another couple bucks in value. These wedges are usually only a few pennies per, but 40 of those, then that adds up. So you add these, and you're probably already at that like $12 mark. And then between that, you get the jumpers, which these jumpers are just, to me, are so valuable. I have a whole cup of jumpers. You can see there's a lot of white, black, a lot of colors in here. And I really feel like I need to kind of diversify, especially when you're making Tatooine mocks. You need to kind of have this mud alternative color, or for even if you are doing a lot of castles, which I like to build, and those types of things, you need these types of plates. Then I was this isn't all of them. I'm using about 3 or 4 of the candles already, but these black candle pieces are great in Star Wars, and I used it for dark side candles because the candles in the Mustafar cannot be white. So is what I'm figuring. I'm sure these are a couple cents per piece. I know these jumpers are pretty valuable too, like at least 3, 4, maybe even 5 cents because it's the dark tan. So all in all, I feel pretty good about it. It's not amazing. One of the things that I do have a little bit of buyer's remorse on it. Maybe I wish I would have gotten 2 of these. Some of the unique parts, I don't need 40 of them, but it would be nice to have 1 or 2 in my collection just in case, or to do some extra decorating, if you will. There's some really, really cool kind of it's that alien habitat look that they're going for. This is a phenomenal set. This is one, it's got to be overlooked, but it's just a great overall set. So that is that one right there. Let's move this aside. I'm going to not pause, but let's dump out the next one. This is a twofer, and it's gonna go a little bit long, sorry, but I'm gonna speed it up right here. Let's see what we got. Oh my god. Okay, so this one, you can see I have a love for tan, dark tan, and the marquee one in this is this trans yellow I was able to score. That is just absolutely amazing. So I did really well in the way of the wedges. Let me get this all sorted up, and I did get the figure. That's probably a $3 or $4 figure right there all day long. Ooh, black tank. I didn't realize. So, I mean, as you can see, there's a big wad of these modified bricks. This is really, if I remember right, this was the first draft, so this is before this one. There were some of these parts, like the candlesticks and others, but I immediately went for the rock or the fingers because this is such a unique part. I need the dark tan is what I'm attacking at all times. And I remember I got this part, and then I think a lot of the really unique color ones were being snatched up. I'm trying to remember what I wanted next. It was probably the dark orange, or the tan corner was the one that I think I was looking for. Somebody snatched it. But then I saw this huge pool of these modified, and there are 7 of these, and it was 17 sets, so that's I believe, would there be 119 of them? I think in total I went way over the 181. I think I had 189 parts. Plus, we got the figure, which is you have to take one of your turns to grab the figure. So you could get extra parts and kind of go the figure. I would say I think only one or two people decided not to get a figure. If somebody wanted like multiples of these figures, they could have. It's valuable. It has the full white, so if you just change it for a regular head, it's a kind of a goofy face. But you could also use that face for a townsperson. So it's not bad, although there's not a white tank, so that's kind of weird. But whatever. It's a figure, so it's definitely, figures are worth $3 to $5. This is a $15 pack. This is a $15 pack, so $30 right in front of you. And I just it would be really hard to get these parts for $30. I mean, it could be done, but in the Star Wars world, this would probably, you'd be overcharged. The other ones that I did go for is more dark tan. I think it was starting to get down to kind of the last, few rounds. Then I was able. These aren't very expensive by themselves, but these trans yellow, I really love getting as much transparent parts in my collection as possible. Sometimes you just never know how you're going to use those. The orange translucent wedges I have been using for lava. Maybe I should mix in some yellow. There's a lot of things that you can do, and I'm not sure what the box did with it. Oh, they used it as kind of the part of the vehicle, as like a lit up console. So those are some of the things. I mean, I do love Blacktron, and Blacktron you need a lot of transparent yellow. So these parts drafts were definitely me. What was cool about this one is I had missed out on the orange. I missed out on the candlesticks. So in the second draft, I went for the candlesticks. I went for the dark orange. So now I feel like I've got the tan, dark tan, a really good amount of dark tan with some really unique parts that I definitely would use. And then I was able to score some nice kind of wedges and jumper plates. You can always use those jumper plates. These 1-bys are always useful. You can always use those to kind of fill in some gaps and to change things up. Not sure what I'm going to use these modified bricks for, but one of the reasons I thought it would be valuable is that in some of my mocks, I really haven't like built. So for example, I could build on a lip and actually, there's some pretty unique things you could do to think of it as a way of finishing a mock. I could use this type of brick to build out. So I'm excited about this. This was a really good experience. Plus there was entertainment value. Met some fun people along the way. If you were part of the Brickworld Chicago parts drafts, shout out to you. It was a lot of fun. And maybe I will be getting these sets. I'm gonna put them on my list. If you have kids, or if you're just into Lego space and building random things, there are some fabulous parts in these packs. I especially some of the unique ones, I'm kind of feeling left out, like I'm gonna need these. Plus it'll build even more onto this phenomenal collection that I have started. So it is the Alien Pack and the Alien Planet Habitat. So if you need a couple extra sets to get you to that next level, and you're into Lego space, these are great gets to have. So with that, hope you learned a little bit about parts drafts, maybe about the Alien Pack and Habitat, and we'll catch you on the next, I guess we'll be doing some sorting. I do have the bricks and minifigs sort, the pab wall from the Lego store sort coming up. I'm swimming in plastic here, a journal of the Scott. So thank you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.